Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly psychic tarot reading. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. So let's get into your reading. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. It's been so amazing meeting so many of you in that one-on-one space. A lot of very gifted people out there, and a lot of people who don't realize their potential gifts. And I'm just honored to be able to hold space for each and every one of you. It's what I love to do. So thank you for meeting me in that co-creative space. All right, Leo, let's get to your tarot reading. In the past, we have justice. Something was balancing out. Feels like something that was balanced out for a long time. I'm really being drawn to the sword in this card. It feels like part of what the imbalance was, oh my gosh, wow, Justice card again. I'm seeing not only the scales in both of these images, but the sword. It feels like the sword of truth. It feels like justice. It feels like you might have been, it feels like you were raised in an environment where there was a lack of truth. And so it was really hard for you to even know what was true. I'm getting that you're empathic, and the environment you were raised in, there was this cognitive dissonance because nobody's really telling the truth of how they feel. You're not allowed to feel bad, angry, resentful. It feels like there are good emotions and bad emotions, and maybe neutral, but there's not a lot of high emotional IQ with the people you were raised by. And so you're allowed to be happy, but you're not allowed to be any other emotion. And so it creates this cognitive dissonance. And I'm getting, you probably felt more comfortable around animals because there's a lack of that cognitive dissonance. If a dog's tired, a dog's tired. If a dog's angry, a dog's angry. Their actions, their behavior matches the energy that you're feeling, where it feels like the people in the environment you grew up are like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And there's just, yeah, it's really, there's this undercurrent of a lack of healing and desperation. It feels like everyone is masking the woundedness. So it feels like, geez, this feels so specific. It feels like there's a lot of depression in your family. For some of you, there might be unaliving oneself type of energy. It looks like you just kept waiting for things to change, for things to evolve, but things can't evolve in this energy of lie and deception. It feels like the foundation of the environment is lies and deception. So you either, it feels like there's basically two different paths. One is you become a master of deception and lies yourself. And maybe you were really good at lying. It feels like you kind of had to mask to be in this family. But it also, what I'm getting is you're a very heart-centered person and very nurturing and loving. And maybe you overgave in these connections. You could consider yourself an empath and surrounded by a lot of narcissists. You might have even had a lot of those tendencies yourself as you realize, oh, I don't want to do that, and grow out realizing. Very interesting energy. I feel like I could just kind of keep espousing about this and about what happened, but let's move on. Wow. In present energy, Leo, we have the High Priestess. You're very intuitive, psychic, gifted. You read subtle energies, subtle cues. It looks like your intuition, when it's not blocked by your emotions, is incredibly powerful. You're coming out of a period of healing where you've had to deal with some very emotionally immature people, unapologetic for how they've treated you. They're shallow. This feels similar to the energies I was describing. It looks like you know too much now. You see, they can't hide. If you're very intuitive right now, and so it looks like you are trusting your intuition, and when someone shows up in your environment and they say one thing, but there's something is off with the energy, the cognitive dissonance, the lie, the discord, something isn't matching their words, their actions aren't matching their energy, and I feel like you can smell this type of energy a mile away. And this might be for some of you. It feels like I'm afraid that everybody is like this, but that's not true. It does look like your energy, you're clearing out a lot of beliefs and matching energies and mirroring energies. Wow. Okay. It looks, you might be overthinking right now, trying to figure, okay, some of you might be with that intuition. You're fearful of what's coming next. And it feels like you're trying to reach out with your intuition, your psychic abilities, and kind of reach into the future and try to, with certainty, kind of read the future. And that leads to causing a lot of anxiety because all of your power is right now in the present, right now. So when you focus so much of your energy, time in the future, you create anxiety for yourself. If you're fearful of and worried about what's coming down the pike, coming down your path towards you, and so you're spending so much time trying to figure things out in the future, it creates a lot of anxiety in the present moment because your energy is not in the present, it's out in front of you. In the past, you might have had more of your focus on the past, trying to figure out how to survive in this very unfair, unequal dynamics that you grew up in, and a lot of deception. So it feels like in the past, you had a lot of hopelessness and despair because your energy and your focus is trying to figure out, trying to analyze, trying to understand something in the past, trying to get the story right, trying to get your perspective. So there's a lot of your focus in the past, and it looks like you were more depressed and sad because Your energy's not in the present. It's a lot of time in the past. And now your energy's in the future, fearful, afraid of what's coming down the pike. So I know this is a coping strategy trying to avoid pitfalls, but that's not how it's done. All your energy is in the present time. Get grounded, become present, let go of those worrisome thoughts. They're keeping you distracted. They're not, the coping strategy is not helping you the way you think it is. Hope that makes sense. All right, Leo, what's hidden is the Seven of Wands. This is standing your ground, protecting your energy. It looks like you're protecting your energy against communication you don't want to hear, things you don't want to hear, maybe around work. It does feel like you're a bit sensitive to criticism, whether it's good feedback or not. Yeah, this is in regards to what you work. You've got a level of mastery, and so I think it is difficult for you to receive criticism. It looks like it triggers, activates some wounds from your past, because the system you were raised in was very egoic, huge egos. And so it feels like if someone points out, hey, you could do this differently, this would be better, or I don't like what you're doing. It does, whatever it is, it's not what you want to hear. And it triggers a little wounding. And so it makes it very difficult when you're upset, when you're not happy, to tune into your intuition. And it makes it hard for you to be grounded and to strategize moving forward. So maybe acknowledging, realizing that it's not the comment, it's not what someone said that could create that much woundedness in you. It's they're showing you beliefs that you can let go of. Hope that makes sense. All right, Leo, in the advice, we have the Empress. Wow. The advice for this week is to be in your divine feminine energy. So divine feminine energy is allowing, receptive. So masculine energy is like a blade. It's focused, it's directional, it's laser pointed at the most masculine. I'm just seeing laser, very intentional. There's a direction with it. Feminine energy is the bowl, the chalice, the womb. It holds, it's receptive, it holds space, it's nurturing and loving. It's not about getting something done, it's about creating the atmosphere. Boom, boom. You know what I mean. I don't know why that cheer came up. Maybe one of you was the cheerleader. In the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. All right. So, okay. So also being in your divine feminine energy helps with the anxiety and trying to intuit every possible move on your path, that anxiety ridden, being present now. How can you be right now and make it safe for yourself, allowing yourself to be grounded in the present, allowing it to be okay with everything that arises, not ignoring and trying to make this space perfect, but allowing the honesty of reflection. I'm feeling a little tender and sore there, so I'm not mad at it. I'm just noticing it and sending my light and love and nurturing to wherever there's tenderness or tightness in my body. Letting go of any fears, any worries, any resistance to being present. That feels like a big thing. It feels like there's a lot of resistance to just being right where you are. Any other advice for Leos this week? Looks like you're letting go of old ways of being where you were dependent. Wow. Oh, where you were dependent. This might be for some of you, but it kind of, the family system you grew up in kind of feels a little culty. It might have some similarities in the energies and the structures in the way they run as the family you grew up in. Just added if that might help you connect dots for yourself. Might not be for everybody. So it looks like you are letting go of insecurities around finances and really stepping into your abundance, nurturing something into, it feels like you're growing something. Very capable of growing this. Wow. It feels like with the Empress, you're birthing something into reality. And not only do you have the Empress and birthing something into reality, but you have the skills and the resources. Even if the resources haven't shown up yet, they'll show up right when they're needed around whatever this is that you're bringing into this reality. It's really beautiful. It's loving. It does feel very feminine, in divine feminine energy. So, wow, Leo, what a great reading. I hope that was helpful. Take care. Have a great week.